What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. It's your boy Payne. Busy man today. Been running around with meetings. It's been work all day and no time to play. But that doesn't mean I can neglect my family over here. So let's talk a little bit about something you guys have all been DMing me. I promised there'd be no leaks from Thomas now that they've introduced him, showed some gameplay. All right, we can start talking about it now. Now, the one thing I will say is this. Most of you guys, and I mean literally most of you, have been asking, hey, Payne, what do you think Thomas scales off of? Now, I have the latest info on what he scales off of, but that doesn't mean it's going to be 100% accurate, okay? And I think I've kind of discussed this a little bit with you guys, the fact that most likely he'll be scaling off of defense. All right, now, we don't know if that is 100% true. That is just, remember, that can change literally last minute. That can be updated by the devs as the game goes on. And like I said before, devs, to keep everybody in the loop, or everybody I said outside of the loop, they could be messing around with files and just making things look different than it actually is. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, I will say, based off of some of the information that I've received, and again, I cannot disclose it fully because I don't want to get in trouble. We can all wait. I will give you some hints in terms of what you guys should be farming in terms of artifacts. Okay, so a lot of you guys, the reason why you guys are asking this is because the artifact event is going on, and I can tell you safely right now, if he does scale off of defense, obviously Curse is going to be one of your best friends. So Curse, definitely 4-piece Curse. You can even push 8-piece Curse, but there's something special about Thomas, and I think the Korean devs mentioned this in their live stream when they were discussing what Thomas is going to be good at. And if you guys didn't watch the live stream, I'll just reiterate what they said. Thomas is going to specifically excel at POD, which is Power of Destruction, and GB, which is Guild Battles. All right, so if you are going to be a Thomas main, just note that if he does scale off of defense, my initial telling to you guys that Gunhee is going to be the perfect combination for him still stands true, right? If we look at Gunhee in terms of skills, he still is going to give you the best bang for your buck in terms of power to light. He's going to give you light damage. He's going to give you critical hit damage. And apparently, from what I've been told and what I've seen, and it's out there, crit rate and crit damage is also going to be a big part of Thomas's kit. All right, not that he scales off of those, but it's a big part of what he allows and gives and buffs. Right now, if his defense scaling, you guys know now expert is out the window. All right, now that's again, and that is a big part right here of the sets. You don't want to build expert sets if he is defense. If he's attack, you 110% want to build these. But majority of you guys probably should have a fairly good set for expert right now. So Curse is where you want to focus. Now here's what I will suggest, and this is just a suggestion just because of what I've read and what I know. He is going to most likely benefit off of a set that many of you most likely do not ever use. All right. Now, if I go through the sets, I'll kind of hint at which one I'm talking about. Maybe you guys can get an idea after I read the 4-piece set and what it does. Again, I'm not. This is all what we've seen. None of this could be true, but take that as you will. So far, things have been fairly accurate in terms of what information has been put out. So again, the set that will probably benefit him, I'm going to tell you now. The 4-piece Curse I would do on the right side, which is going to be the side that gives you the accessories. And the 4-piece set that I would do on the left side, which is going to give you guys the armor set, would most likely be the Guardian set. Okay? So, I mean, take that as you will. Guardian set, if you have not been farming it, it might be time to start farming it. Now, if you don't know what the Guardian set does, number one, it increases the shield for the user by 30%. But also when a team member, including the user, activates a shield, it increases their individual damage dealt by 10% for 10 seconds. Take that as you will. Okay, you guys will understand probably why I'm suggesting this if you guys understand the set and why you might want to focus on it. So again, if you do have a good Guardian set, I would suggest going the following here. Okay, so Guardian and Burning Curse. Those are probably going to be the two biggest sets for him. Now, another set that could work really well as well, and it's a little bit more of like an RNG set in my opinion, is the Warmonger set. Okay, if he is going to scale off of defense, you can't really go wrong with Warmonger because of course the 4-piece set will give you guys 3% for defense and attack, stacking up to 8 times. The only problem with this set, of course, is the cooldown is 0.5 seconds. So if you are missing even a second of attacking, you gotta start over again. Amazing set in terms of buffs, but the biggest issue, of course, is the fact that you will have to restart every single time you mess this buff up, and it sucks to have to stack it again over and over and over again 8 times. Even though it is a simple 8 attacks, it's not the end of the world. So consider that, okay? So this is my suggestion to you guys. I would suggest going with Guardian, Warmonger, and Burning Curse. I would say additional defense as your main stat. Here I would consider going defense percentage with crit hit rate and damage increase. Those are going to be your best friends in regards to the best possible outcome for your total stats, okay? So consider that, guys. That is my heads up to you in terms of sets. Now, in regards to the actual boots, you'll most likely want to go with, I would probably say you probably want to go with crit damage, unless you can't apply defense high enough. But if you have a good defensive set, then you might want to consider going with crit damage. If you don't have a high defensive set, you might want to go with defense, okay? So again, look for, if he scales off defense, of course, go for crit damage, damage increase, defense percentage, whatever you can get off of that will really, really help push the amount of damage he pulls off. You guys can see here, I've got a couple here. So this is probably going to be my best one, unless I decide to go with the crit hit rate and reduce my defense. But I think for me, personally, defense might be the way to go. So I'm going to be doing a lot of testing for you guys the day of. Just keep that in mind. Like, all of my testing will be done with different various sets. When Thomas does come out, whatever he scales off of, whatever they decide to scale him off of, I'm going to have various set combinations for him available for you, so we can do a mass amount of testing for him. So this is going to be probably my biggest testing session ever. So tune in, grab some popcorn, grab a beer, grab some drinks, whatever you drink, grab some tea, grab some chai, whatever it is, and get ready for a massive amount of content for testing, because I want to make sure we get this guy right, and I want to make sure that we understand that Thomas is going to be probably the biggest name that's been released so far in this game, and we want to make sure that they did it right. And the reason why we want to do this, of course, is the fact that if they didn't do it right, we want to be able to tell them that Marble, yo, listen, y'all fucked up. To go back to the drawing board and fix a few things, just like we did with Gun He, right? When Gun He came out, they changed all of his scalings based on what we provided in terms of suggestions and feedback. And I think Thomas might be the same. Trust me when I tell you this, they don't want to mess it up. All right, there's nothing they want to mess up here. I think it's too important for them to have, to do this correctly. And if they don't do it correctly, I think they understand what's at risk here, that people will most likely leave the game and may not look back again. And this game is too damn good to, for them to mess up. So hopefully, guys, this helps you understand what you should be aiming for. I think you guys understand the mission now. Get yourselves some Guardian sets, Curse sets, Warmonger sets, and then hopefully, when he comes out, this is all accurate and you guys are ahead of the game and we're ready to rock and roll. Again, please, guys, anything can happen, anything can change. So feel free to take this information and run with it, or take this information and hold off and just be like, you know what, Payne, thank you for the info. I'm good. Let's just wait to see what happens and we'll go from there. Your choice. Okay. I just want to give you guys what I'm allowed to give you guys without breaking any rules. And that's what I currently know. All right, folks, thank you for watching. I'm sure you guys can find info if you look hard enough. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.